Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another Thursday live stream. We are going to discuss a lot of things today, but before we start, there's a quick announcement. Our support number has changed. Uh, Due to some reason, our original number, which we have been using for like more than 5 to 7 years, I don't know what happened. WhatsApp just blocked that number, and it was used just to reply to queries. There was no question of sending any promotional messages through that number or what. So feels really bad. The number with which I started the entire journey, that has been blocked by WhatsApp without even giving a reason as to what happened, and that was a paid one wherein we were paying subscription to get the verified tick. Still they have blocked it, and no clue whatsoever why they have done so. But anyways, we had no choice, so we signed up for an alternate number, because many of you might have my original number. So I just thought of sharing the revised support number. So if you just happen to visit our website, then just scroll down to the bottommost point, and that's where you will see contact us section. And in the contact us section, that these are the two numbers: 9763504342 and 920932709. Even I have not by hearted these numbers till now. So any query that you have, please feel free to just drop a WhatsApp on any of these two numbers. Okay. So this was one important announcement that I wanted to make at the beginning of the stream itself. Now let's get started with what exactly happened over the last 2 days, because of which markets just zoomed up like anything, right? So WhatsApp has changed its features. Competitor would have instigated cap. I don't know what happened, but anyways, I had no choice. I just changed it. Okay, so kya baat hai? Pooja has given the support numbers here as well. Okay, so let's get started with what happened over the last 2 days. If you have checked Nifty chart, let me just pull up Nifty for you all. And something very interesting is what we are going to understand. Okay, we are going to try and gauge what could be the market tomorrow. Generally, we don't talk about this. We never ever talk about this. But today, because we had a market holiday, and there are some markets which did not have holiday, and based on their market movement, we can try and gauge what could be our opening tomorrow. So that also is what we are going to understand today. But before that, we can see what has happened in Nifty over the last 2 days, and this was the close that we saw on that we saw day before yesterday. This is so 2 trading days ago is what I can say. And here you can see this is almost 1,000 points rally in, because this was the close, right? Open and next day. So within 48 hours, Nifty zoomed up like anything. And what was the reason? Reason was pretty simple. Mr. Donald Trump, he said that we are going to stop the war for 5 days. So instead of the word stop, I can say pause. We are going to pause the war for 5 days. And he had mentioned that there was a very good discussion between the Iran top people and Mr. Trump, that based on certain XYZ things, they both have agreed that they should ideally now pause the war. Okay, but then clarification came up from Iran, and they said, we don't know with whom Mr. President had a meeting. We never went there. We never had a call. So we are in no mood to stop the war. Okay. But for a fact, last 1 or 2 days, there has been no news that US is, bombarding Iran or any such news, at least, has not been floated over the last 1 or 2 days. Now, when we see such a thing, that we see that there is a pause in the war. Okay, ideally what should happen? Okay, I want answers from everyone now. Okay, see, war pause is equal to Nifty should go up or down. I want quick answers now. War pause is equal to Nifty up or down? Rani, I'll answer your question, and Raviji, I'll answer your question too. Before that, my question. Absolutely, I can get so many answers. Oh. Positive sentiment, up, positive, up. Okay, I'll stop. Okay. So everyone understands that the moment there is a news about war pausing, Nifty is going to go up. Logically, tell me what should happen to crude oil. Crude oil. So, by the way, today our market was closed, but a lot of markets are open today. So yesterday, what should have happened? Yesterday, crude oil should have gone down. Very good. I can see so many answers wherein they are saying down, 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 down. Very good. Why? Why crude should go down? Because whenever the war will stop, ideally, the supply chain which is disrupted right now, the overall, everyone knows about that, right? Strait of Hormuz. Everyone is now has now, I mean, by hearted that name. Everyone knows for a fact that India imports almost 85 to 90% of its crude oil requirement, and any disruption in the supply chain is going to have a negative impact for us. So whenever the war stops, ideally supply for crude oil will stabilize, and if supply stabilizes, ideally crude oil prices will drop. We will check what all has happened yesterday. Okay. Third thing, ideally, if oil is going down and if war is pausing or stopping, whatever is the case, ideally, what should happen to gold and silver? Gold and silver, they should go up or they should come down? Gold and silver, what do you think? Based on the current scenario. Okay, Praveen says up, Shriram says up, Raviji says up. Two, three people are saying down, 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 down. Ooh, I get a lot of downs as well. No, understand. Ideally, yes, whenever there is less certainty, ideally gold prices go up. And whenever the uncertainty fades away, very important point, very important point, please pay attention. Whenever there is uncertainty in the world, obviously gold and silver prices go up. Okay. But whenever uncertainty fades away, ideally gold and silver prices come down. That is normal. This is what we have been taught. This is what I've learned as a student. This is what we have seen over the past. But there was something extremely unusual that we saw during this war right now. That when we saw the war breaking out, we saw uncertainty increase. And in spite of that, we saw gold and silver going down. Okay, it's the first time, actually, the first time that we are seeing that in spite of uncertainty, gold and silver were going down. And was there a reason for that? There was a reason. Now understand this very important macroeconomic phenomenon. Okay, now what happens? Right now, what we saw was that US bond yields were increasing. Okay, now understand the logic why gold and silver were falling in spite of uncertainty increasing. Okay, this time it didn't happen. Why? Exactly, that's what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so this is actually something which is not a standard relationship. It has broken out of the relationship right now. Okay, and why has that happened is what I'm trying to explain. Okay, everyone pay attention. So US bond yields started to go up because of a lot of reasons. Overall inflation in USA is also kicking in. Their yields are going up. Okay, so overall, now let us understand. Assume that we all are decision makers. We all are people who are responsible for taking decisions on behalf of our country. Okay, and we are going to deploy our country's money. Okay, now we want to ensure, so we are essentially either employees of RBI or some other country's central bank or whatever. Okay, now we as a team who wants to deploy our country's funds, we want to ensure that our assets are parked in risk, our money is parked in risk free assets. Correct? Two risk free assets are absolutely popular. One is gold and one is US bonds. Everyone agrees? Yes. For any country, whenever we are talking about investing in risk free assets, one is gold, one is US bonds. Now, what happens is that whenever US bond yields increase, currently, if you know, we'll check the exact one, but to what I remember, bond yields are above 4% right now. Okay. Now, what happens in such a scenario is that, okay, we are the decision makers. We know that both are kind of risk free. Okay. But one is at gold is fetching zero interest per se. Okay. But if I'm talking about US bond yield, it is fetching a higher rate of return, which is more than 4%. In that case, where would I want to park my money? In this case, where there is a big gap, bond yields have spiked up. I'm getting 4% return on 10-year bond yields. I am the decision maker. I have to park the money. Could I be tempted or could I be inclined more towards investing in US bonds as compared to gold? Yes or no? Quick yes or no. Yes. And I've started getting answers. Yes. US bonds. Yes. Okay. Kya baat hai. A lot of yeses and US bonds in the comment section. Absolutely. So always remember. First, what is a first we'll talk about normal logic. Okay. We are talking about a new term today. By the way, this is called as decoupling. I'm repeating. This is called as decoupling. What is coupling? Coupling means they follow whatever is the standard relationship between them. What is the standard relationship? Uncertainty increases. Uncertainty, example, due to war increases. Gold and silver will increase. Okay, everyone. If uncertainty, let's say due to uncertainty due to, let's say, war increases, obviously commodities like gold and silver are going to increase. That's a standard relationship, coupling relationship. But this time, what is happening? This time, in spite of uncertainty going up, maybe due to war situation, overall gold and silver are going down. This is a decoupling effect. It's going in the reverse direction. And why? What is the logic behind that? For that, the logic is what I told you right now, because US bonds are also considered as safe haven assets. Gold is also considered as safe haven asset. If I'm getting way more interest in a US treasury bond, which is also safe, as the decision maker, I would want to even give it a try to invest in US bonds as compared to gold. And already, if you know this, previous year, there are so many countries whose central banks have already bought a lot of gold. So maybe they would also want to diversify. So all these reasons. So let us, now that I've been talking about this, let us also quickly check whether the US bond yields, which I remember is somewhere around 4%, is that so? I'm just sharing the screen. Let us check US 10Y. That is the US 10-year government bond yield. Closing is 4.38%. 4.38. And if you see here, this is somewhere where the war started, end of February, correct? End of February, gap down opening. And from here, percentage wise, look, 13% from the lowest point to the highest, 13% jump. So it's a jump of almost shade more than 0.5% in US treasuries, in treasury yields, bond yields. That is a big one. Okay. So because of this, what happens is that there will be more and more demand for US bonds. Okay. More and more demand for US bonds is equal to, ideally, dollar is going to be demanded more. If dollar is going to be demanded more, ideally, let us see if I get correct answers, and then we will cross check our logic also. Okay, one more time. See, ideally, bond yields that I'm getting, the yields are going up and up and up. So as an investor, I would want to invest more and more in US bonds, correct? If that be so, would I want to, I mean, would I be required to buy more and more dollars? Yes or no? Quick yes or no? Today, maybe there is a lag in the internet. I don't understand. I'm getting answers pretty late. I hope the question is absolutely clear. If, as a country, you are wanting to invest more and more in US bonds, in that case, would I be required to buy more and more of US dollars? Now I'm getting a lot of answers. Maybe, as I said, maybe there's a lag today. Prasanna, Aniruddha, Ankit, Ranit, Ravi, Dharmesh, uh, Marian, then, okay, Ashu, Meenakshi, kya baat hai? So many people have given correct answers that ideally the demand for US dollar will go up. And if that be so, DXY will go up, dollar index will go up, and our rupee will depreciate. Let us see if all these relations are holding true or not. So for that, let me again share my screen. And now we are going to check 2 pointers. One will check DXY and one will check. So we were on US 10Y. So let us check DXY, which is the, all right. Now if you see here, somewhere around, as I mentioned, somewhere around end of February, correct? This is where we were at the end of February. And from here, DXY has gone up by how much percent? Almost 3%. That is not small for a dollar index to go up within a month. That is definitely on the higher side. And now let us also check USD INR, which everyone knows. Unfortunately, we have been hitting all-time lows. And if you see, it's a very clear thing that is absolutely visible on the chart. This is where we were end of February, and from here to here, our rupee has depreciated almost 3.75%. So from a low of 90.80, the new low is 94.21. Feels bad that our rupee is depreciating, but I mean, that is what is happening because of the global factors right now. With increasing prices of crude oil, obviously what is happening is overall, because crude prices are increasing, and everyone knows this, I think, by heart till now, that India as a country imports almost 85 to 90% of its crude oil requirement. And if that be so, I'll have to shell out more and more money in US dollars. I'll have to sell Indian rupee. I'll have to buy dollars. I'll have to ulta ulta. Yes. I'll have to sell Indian rupees. I'll have to buy dollars, which will put again a downward pressure on the rupee to buy crude oil. So all in all, that happens with the overall scenario. Like Raviji's comment, rupee has depreciated, and so are the likes. Kya baat hai, kya baat hai. So as usual, 700 plus people who are watching, I'm sure there will not be even 100 likes for this entire macroeconomic discussion. I have not signed in through YouTube. I am on StreamYard. Can anyone tell me the amazing number of likes that our live stream is going to have till now? And I'm sure it will be around 100 only, because I get this every single time, that we were so engrossed in learning new things that we forgot to smash the like button. So now just take a breather, smash the like button. 116. I was so right. My statistics is now going from basic level to pro level. Okay, so 116 likes, and I'm getting the updated number here, 182 by now. Very good. Out of 700, I mean, come on. So ideally, it should cross at least 50%. Some pro level macroeconomic data is what we are discussing. Okay, so everyone do ensure that you smash the like button. Okay, Ankit has a question. Ankit says, how can rupee strengthen? History has shown it has never strengthened, falling like the increase in Nifty 15 long term. I don't think it will strengthen long term. May fall hi hoga, am I right? See, right now the problem is that we are a country which is having a net deficit. Okay, basically imports minus exports, we are in deficit. In simple words, we import way more than we export. Okay, why do we have to import more? Two biggest imports for our country. Which are the two biggest imports? One is crude oil. We don't have any alternative for that as of now. I mean, not a big alternative per se. And second is the love of gold as an investment, even at a central bank level, even at an individual level. That is second biggest importing item that we have in our country. So if our imports are always going to exceed the exports, what we as a country are required to do is sell rupee and buy more and more dollars. And with that, we will have to, I mean, with that, we have no choice. Our rupee is just going to go on depreciating. Maybe if we find some alternative for crude, I recently saw Abhi News video wherein New was explaining about a biogas. I mean, it was a very informative video. If such type of alternatives become more and more popular, there is a possibility that our crude oil imports may reduce. But I have not studied that, so I'm not sure to what extent is it possible and all that things. So let's see if we are able to find some good alternative. Then in that case, our imports may reduce and our rupee may strengthen in the future. But it'll take time. Or possibility, biggest possibility, if we shift to BRICS, in that case, BRICS currency, in that case, it will be way better. Okay, because in that case, we will not have to make the payment in dollars, but we'll have our own BRICS currency, and India will also have a good weightage in that. So all in all, it will be definitely way more beneficial for us. The big question is, will that happen in reality or not? That only time will tell. Okay. Ravi ji, I'll take your question. Oh, kya baat hai, kya baat hai. Mhm. Such comments make my day. I've been working since morning, tired, but when I get such a comment, I feel so good. Vijit says, "Ma'am started trading expiry day options selling as taught in the webinar. Already covered 50% of webinar cost." Ew, very nice, very nice. So happy. By the way, this was and anyone else who attended this webinar and has tried option selling after that. And Vijit, I hope you are doing that with absolute structure and absolute discipline, because the problem with futures and options, the biggest problem is that people lose on discipline. They get greedy, and if people get greedy, that's where they end up taking wrong decisions, end up in big losses, and then they'll be like, F&O is satta only. So when I did my first batch, I think many of you might be already knowing this, that it was a sold out batch. I have a capacity of only 500 in my Zoom meeting, and almost 30-40 people who were not able to enroll. uh, I mean, they had requested me if I can take batch 2, and yes, I have announced batch 2. Just announced batch 2, and if anyone wants to know more about this, I am going to share a little bit details on that as well. But this is, you just go on our website, you will have a pop-up. Again, same 500 seats only. If you click, you will understand what all things I'm going to cover. But extremely important, 3 4 most important points that I'm going to cover in this webinar is what I'm going to tell you. 5 years of backtesting data is what I'm going to actually show you in Excel. Okay, because many people know the concept of option selling, but when it is about which strike price, they know, okay, option selling, better I go OTM and I sell. But which strike price? If you don't know which strike price, it is going to be extremely difficult. People are going to be scared. But if you know that with backtesting data, then your confidence level definitely goes up. Just to give you an example, this is the entire sheet based on which I have backtested RR backtesting 5 years data. And you can see this just goes down. I'm just going page down, page down, page down. And this Excel sheet is only 1,296 rows with all the dates, open, high, low, close, which day, close, minus. So what is the volatility? Everything. And based on last 5 years data, I'm going to tell you in the webinar what could be a very, very disciplined strategy. It's extremely important that whenever you are a seller, you follow the discipline, you follow the structure. Then it's an amazing uh, journey. So anyone who wants to learn about it, see, it's absolutely okay. For example, Raviji is saying, I don't have guts of doing F&O, or she's saying that I wanted to try but scared. It's okay. In fact, I've also told you that how you can start with paper trading, how you can start with, maybe, see, whenever you are scared, one quantity is the best solution for that. See, one quantity in F&O, it will be one lot. Okay, so very, very simple. Kya baat hai? Vijit is also saying, yes ma'am, trading with absolute structure, discipline, even putting conditions. So arre, kya baat hai, kya baat hai. You also adding huge value. Thank you so much. So anyone who is wanting to enroll, I think this is a great opportunity, because of the uncertainty right now, the premiums are very high. Okay, wherever markets are boring, extremely boring, uh, it's not, I mean, the premiums are not that great. So you as an option seller collect comparatively less premium. So right now, understanding about futures and options, understanding about options, basically understanding about a very simple option selling strategy and trading with discipline can actually help you gain a very big advantage. I always say that no strategy, I mean, I never say, right, that this much percent profit, I never talk about that. But I believe that with 5 years of backtesting data, the confidence that you will get will be absolutely next level. Yogesh is saying that I want to enroll. Good, go ahead and enroll. Pooja, if you can just share the link in the pinned comment in the description box. Also, anyone who wants to enroll, don't forget to use the coupon code CARRYT. This is going to give you some additional discount as well. F&O is like a drug retention device, written, you don't have discipline or mindset. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have discipline or mindset, this webinar is not for you. Anyone who is ready to follow with discipline, with mind, with good stable mindset, I mean that's what I'm telling you, that you can surely see what has happened in the last 5 years and then take your own decision, right? Wait. He's saying, but Zerodha sometimes asks additional span and exposure margin, which wasn't aware of. We get repeated mails of, are you doing this expiry -1 trade? Because span and exposure margin will be required if you're doing E-1 or T-1 trade. If you're doing an expiry day trade, it's okay, even if you don't actually put in cash. That's absolutely okay. I'm sure it will be impacted to some extent, but I have not studied by what margin or by what percentage has it fallen down. But I'm sure the rates somewhere might have become a little bit shaky, right? All right. So anyone who wants to learn about options, definitely it's a good webinar. Do consider enrolling for that. Uh, a very important question: is this give us best stocks for buying now? I'm not going to give you buy this, buy that, but uh, I will definitely make a series. I'm planning to do that, which will be, uh, I mean, series as in a lot of YouTube videos back to back, which I will release in the month of April. And in the month of April, I'll talk about some fundamentally strong stocks which are down by 25%, which are down by 30%, and which can be worth studying in this fall. So we will talk about that. Okay. Raviji's question: is this a dead cat bounce? Big possibility, yes. Why? Why? Now comes a very important point. Because of all these things which we discussed right now, last 2 days we saw some cool off, like we saw Nifty going up, war tensions cooling off. So Nifty going up is equal to VIX coming down. But if you remember all these scenarios into place, ideally gold, silver, this time opposite logic, na, this time opposite. So gold, silver also going up. But what has happened in gold? See, gold was open today. Now understand a very, very important last 5 minutes. Gold was open today because there was no Ramnavami holiday for commodities. And what you can see is gold is down. I mean, commodities as in this is US dollar per ounce, gold per US dollar ounce, right? So here the market is open and you can see gold is down. Not a good sign. What about silver? If you check silver dollar to ounce, 3.8% down. It's live right now. You can see here the percentage might change. See, as we speak, the percentage is changing: 3.82, 3.84, 3.85. Gold, silver, both down. Not a good scenario. US 10-year yields. What is happening right there? US 10-year bond yields have increased by 1.2% today. Again, as I'm repeating, no holiday right now in this space for a 10-year bond yield. This is increasing, not a good sign. Okay. Uh, what else can we check? DXY. We can check DXY. If this is also up, and it is 26 March, DXY is up. All these things are indicating that tomorrow there is a possibility that markets may not be positive. May not be positive. Okay. So it's very important for us to understand. Crude again, $107. Exactly. So all these things are pointing out to something that there is a possibility that tomorrow markets may again go down. So whatever we have seen right now, that is possibly probably a dead cat bounce. That is nothing but just sell on rise market, still not a buy on dip market. Still sell on rise is what still is what I'm believing. Oh, Rakit is saying Nasdaq and Dow Jones are also down, ma'am. Exactly, that's what I'm telling you. I just get a feeling that tomorrow again markets may see a pullback in a downward direction, of course. So be a bit careful whenever you are trading. Turbulent times, very, very, very important is going to be this Monday expiry. Why? Generally, Nifty expires on Tuesday, but this Tuesday we have a market holiday, and I can see Bhagwan Mahavir Janma Kalyanak. Okay. भगवान महावीर जयंती है शायद. So what will happen is that Tuesday we have Nifty expiry, and because it's a market holiday, Nifty will expire on Monday. Now on Saturday, very important, last 2 minutes. Saturday, ideally, the 5 days halt that Mr. Trump had declared, that is going to end. What happens after that? What happens after that 5 day halt? If so, only two possibilities: the war continues, or he declares that the war is over. Both agree that the war is over. In both these scenarios, it's an extreme positive or an extreme negative. And in both scenarios, I just feel that we may see a market big move, either on the upside or on the downside, depending on what happens on Monday. So be extremely careful. Okay, be extremely careful. Don't take any aggressive positions, because, as I mentioned, Saturday is the day when 5 day period will be over. Trump had given that 5 day period for halting the war, and now, when that ends, either the war will continue, which will lead the markets in a downward direction, or both agree that there'll be a ceasefire and market goes up. So be extremely careful, and let us see what happens. If I feel that something is really happening in the market on Monday, of course, I'll try and do a live stream even during office hours, so that you will also understand that, what all things are happening. Any other quick questions? Last 5 minutes. I can see a lot of comments. I want to enroll. Good. Go ahead and enroll. I've given the link in the pinned comment and description box. Don't forget to use the coupon code CRRYT. Okay. Is this using AI? No, this is pure play Excel. But if I want to give you some glimpse, I'm working on something. I was not supposed to show this, but someone asked me, so I just thought of sharing this. For the F&O using AI is also what I'm working on right now. Okay, but you will understand this if you do the options webinar that I'm talking about. Something that I built through Claude for the very first time. Shall I show you? Okay, here you go. This is what I'm building right now. And this is a nifty options selling desk that I'm building for myself. I'm going to test this. This is also back tested with 5 years data, expiry day trade, expiry minus 1 day. And this is the whole thing that I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. That's it. Finish. That's the sneak peek. But I'll be honest. I'm so fascinated with Claude right now. Day before yesterday, me and my team member, we were just working, and full day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. we were on this, and we were just trying, okay, what if this scenario, what if that scenario? So, many people ask me that, should you be charging for the webinar? Me and my team, we spend and invest hours and hours to come up with something. I think it's just about the time that we are investing. But whenever I get such an output, whenever I get something, whenever I get a eureka moment, I'm like, aha, this is it. So I'm extremely, very, very yes moment right now, I should say, that, what will happen with this AI thing. And whatever dashboard I'm building, that is, I'm using purely based on backtesting, some VIX numbers being included, a lot of data points being included. So super happy, and very, very excited as well. Okay, Yogesh says, ma'am, shall I hold my current call option of April or exit tomorrow? Oh, okay. I can't give a direct buy, sell, hold recommendation, but be aware of the fact that there can be a big move on Monday. And even tomorrow, looking at what has happened, maybe 100, 200 points here and there is easily what I see right now. And Monday, I feel there could be a bigger move. So ensure that your positions are properly hedged, or you have thought about all these points. Okay. All right. I think this is it. Hopefully you enjoyed today's live stream. Hopefully you got. One more question. Sorry, one last question. REC merger with PFC, good or bad? PFC dividend is much lower than REC. Please share your opinion. Oh, that time will tell whether the dividend payout policy changes or not. We are not sure on what will happen post merger, but I feel this merger ideally should be good, because otherwise PFC, REC compete with each other. It's like a holding subsidiary company, and they are competing with each other. Makes no sense. So it's good if they are merging, but current market scenario, nothing is good. Everything is going down. But anyways, okay. I hope you found a lot of value in today's live stream. Don't forget to check out the option selling webinar. As I mentioned, seats are limited, only 500 seats. And anyone who wants to learn option selling with absolute structure, discipline, definitely consider enrolling for that webinar. One more very important announcement: there's a great chance that this Saturday I might do a live stream wherein I may just do a small 20-25 minutes maximum live stream where I would want to cover some basics of options, so that anyone who is intending to do the webinar, they should know some 3-4 basic pointers, so that your understanding during the webinar will enhance a lot. So don't forget to check out the Saturday's live stream wherever we host it. Of course, you will get a notification. Otherwise, always keep an eye on our channel. You will get to know about the live stream as well. I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.